Hello, as the last part of my submission, I'm going to just go ahead and send in 9 copies of the Spider-Man #1. I became obsessed with this just because I love the cover, so I just bought up. I wanted to get as many high-grade copies as I could, just keep them, just for collecting, possibly sell a few. I don't like to hoard comics too much, but I wanted to make sure I had at least one of each variant in a 9.6 or 9.8, so I bought up a bunch. Now I've got these 9 that I think could be potential candidates. Now I'm not going to grade all 9 of these for this video. I'll just pick one. So some of these are still in the bag, you can see. So what happens when it's in this bag is it has this little perforated line down the middle, and it will indent the issue, but that can be pressed out. So I'm going to take these out of the bag obviously before I send them to be pressed. But so I'll just pick one of these that isn't currently in a bag, maybe this one right here. Or the silver copy is pretty cool. We might just go ahead and do this one. So yeah, I'll be right back and we'll start grading this one. Okay, let's take a look at this one. We'll take a look at the edges first, as we usually do. It's so easy to see on this black cover, so it's not that difficult to find damage on black. As you know, the lighter the cover, the better it hides damage. So it's going to be pretty obvious when you see something on a black cover. It's the same way with dents on a car, if you didn't know that. White, the lighter the color, the more it hides damage, and the darker the color, the less it hides dents, and I mean even dirt. So let's take a look at the middle. There is a little indentation down the right side here. Just a slight one. And there's a little one right here. It does not break color either way. Not really seeing anything else in the center, maybe a little bit there. Once again, it looks like something may have been laid on this cover at some point. I'm not sure what. So we'll go ahead and look at the spine here. That's the crucial element on a black cover, is it not? I'm going to lose my magnification just to be certain. First thing I'm going to look for is color breaks. I'm also feeling just for ticks. That's pretty pristine. It's hard to find a better spine than this one. Now let's get it down at an angle here and we'll look at the light. Sorry if the angle isn't that good on the camera here. Doing my best. Filming these are pretty challenging. Yeah, there is not a single tick or color break or anything on that spine. That's about as flawless of a spine as you would ever hope to find, especially on a black cover like this. So what we'll do now is just go ahead and turn it over. Look at the other side. I hope it's just as nice. Nothing on that edge. This is white, so it's a little harder, but I can see it pretty good. Nothing on that edge. Nothing on that edge. Corners are about as sharp as you can get on both the front and back. I didn't mention that on the front. I got a little bindery tear right here at the top, just a tiny little one. Let's see if I can get it on camera. I'm not sure if that shows up, but there is one. Nothing on the bottom. Not seeing anything on the back spine. There might be a slight little tick right here on the back. I'll check the top again once we turn it over, but just to make sure. Obviously with this white, it's not going to be color breaking. So let's just open up the back. Well, actually, let's look for something on the back cover here first. Make sure there's no damage. I'm not seeing anything yet. Looks pretty clean on the back cover here. Not seeing any kind of thumb opening marks right here or anything. I don't think this book has been read. Just going to carefully open up. Boy, this is pretty hard to open. Okay, that's a thick back cover. That explains it. But yeah, this book has not been read. It's much more higher quality paper than the normal comics were. So there's nothing in there that I can see. I'm not going to chance damaging a comic needlessly here. So we'll flip it over. Let's go ahead and check that spot and make sure there's not a tick up here. Yeah, it's just showing up on the back. So based on these indentations and that one little tick on the back with a bindery tear, which won't really count against it, I'm going to say 9.4, 9.6. The little indentations are hardly noticeable. I'm not even sure that's not just normal on this book. But I'm going to assume it's not, and we'll just call it a 9.46. But I'm hopeful this is as pristine as it gets once that's pressed out, and this will be a hopefully a 9.8 once we're done. Yeah, this is a very, very nice cover here. Always like this one with the little spiders. Yeah, McFarlane, this is some of his best work in my opinion. This will look pretty good on my wall. Pretty good. So thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video. Now this might be the last one in this current submission, but I had added on a few, as you know, and taken a few away to try and, we're gonna have a high grade, what we think will be a really high grade submission, and I'm gonna do a smaller, what might be like a high grade, but not 9.8 range, maybe more in the 8.5 to 9.2 range, 9.4. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. We'll see you in the next one.